Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video on Trading Camp, and in this video I'm going to be showing this custom indicator strategy that makes use of the house sweep, squeeze momentum and ADI indicator to give you this wonderful strategy that was able to make 4,500 in the span of about 3 weeks, and you guys only need a $1,000 account, and this will be using the XRP 1 minute chart. So before anything, let's dive straight into this. So for this, you guys can see all the indicators are smashed into this indicator itself. So if you do want to have this indicator, you guys can subscribe to my Patreon, and immediately after you guys subscribe, you guys will head to indicators. You can see this invite only, and then you click on it and it'll give you this indicator. So for this indicator, we can see that from the previous settings, this was not what we had used. So I'm going to change certain properties, because the default indicator that I'll be giving you will be like this, but obviously each instrument and each time frame has their own specific user values. So for this, we're going to do a basic setting. We're going to pretend the account starts at $1,000, and for each order size to be 10,000, because now a lot of crypto exchanges offer leverage. For next up, we're going to change our length multiplier to 1, our length to 175. For our ADX and DI, we're going to change it to 1, our TP multiplier to 5.1, and our SL multiplier to 2.7. And you can see we have a profit of 5,537, and this is from the 4th of March to the 24th of March, so it takes about 20 days. We have a profit factor of 1.834, meaning that for each dollar that we lose, we are making an extra 80 cents from it. So let's say we lose $1,000, we are making an extra $834 from it, which is pretty crazy. Next up, we look at our drawdown. It is only $436, which is very little compared to our net profit. And with this strategy, you also can see the list of trades that you have taken. So you can see that our winners right here are much bigger than our losers, and you guys can basically observe all the statistics from before. And obviously the main thing you want to look at is the performance summary, where you can see all the net profit, gross loss, gross profit, and obviously the overview is the most important. You can see we have a stable equity price curve. So this is where we end up, and this is trading off our real-time data. So you can see that this was the most recent trade we've taken, where we have a short entry there and we managed to exit there, a perfect trade actually. So with this, I'm going to show you guys how this strategy works. So inside this indicator, you guys will only see the house sweep, although there is also the squeeze momentum and ADX-DI indicator. So I'm going to bring those two out. But then when you're using this indicator, you don't need to bring it out. So for this, we're going to change the ADX-DI to 1 based on what I put in the settings. So basically, to take a long position, price must be above the house sweep. The house sweep must be green in color, and the ADX-DI the green must be above the red, and that will trigger a long position. The take profit will be based on 5.1 times of the ATR, as you guys can see, 5.1 times, and the stop loss will be 2.7. So if we bring out the ATR at that point, we will enter here. The ATR was 0.0010, so 2.7 will be 27, and then 5.1. So we will have exited based on that position right there, on this candle right here. So for the short position is basically the same thing. We are going to look for a valid one. We're going to look for here. You can see that we have the price below the house sweep. The house sweep is red in color as well. We want the green line to be below the red line, and the squeeze momentum to be bright red in color. So we're going to see here will be exactly where the first red candle appears, green below the red, price below the house sweep, and the house sweep is red in color. Our ATR value at that point is 0.04, so we're going to have 2.7 times, which is about 10, and then we have a 5 times of the 5.1 times of the ATR value, which is 0.01, so we have a perfect exit right there. So as you guys can see, this is how the strategy works. With this custom indicator strategy that you guys can buy from my Patreon, you guys can also set alerts. So with these alerts, you guys can able to be notified in the app, meaning that you don't have to watch the screen always. Just let the app notify you to trigger an entry. Or you guys can also enable this webhook URL function, where you guys can send this to other apps such as TradingView, where they'll have bots to trade for you based on the signals. But obviously, this is the most impressive result that I found for the XRP chart. You see that we start from the 1000 and there's a slowly stable equity curve. There isn't really an up down or a jackpot win. It's slowly trades that build up. And if you look at the other trades that have been taken from before, you can see that it's pretty accurate. We have a long entry straight after we have a reversal up. Short entry, here is we have lost a bit. That's one lost trade. Here we now have another lost trade, but we realize that a lot of times when we take these long entries and short entries and we look at our take profit and stop loss multiplier, we realize that we have a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We only need to win about 30 to 40% of the time, but as you guys can see, with a 44% profitable rate, we managed to keep our profits very high and our drawdowns actually very low, which is pretty impressive. You can see that this strategy just perfectly captures the upside movement as well as the downside movement. But if you guys really notice, if you look at the daily chart as well, from the data range that we have been trading, which is previously we were trading on the 4th of March to the 24th of March, and if we look at the performance summary, you can see that the net profit for shorts are double the long. And why is that so? Because if you realize that in the past, from the 8th of March here to the 24th of March, you can see that there's only one really big shoot up day before that, and the rest of the days were slowly going down. So we like to trade all these trendy days where a lot of the trends are happening. And you can see that in general, you can see in this short trend alone, from here to down here, you can see, let's see how many short trades we have captured. One loss here, one win, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. So with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio and this nice beautiful downtrend here that you guys do not even think about when trading, just let the indicator trade for you. We managed to, let's say we are risking $100, we will lose $100 over here. We'll make 200, 200, 200, 200. So that is $800 minus $700. So there will be $700 profit with only $100 loss here. So that is pretty insane if you ask me. Same thing here from this long up to here. We have 1 win, 1 loss, 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 losses, 3 wins. So a 50% win rate with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which is pretty impressive already. So I would recommend you guys try this strategy out. It costs about 10 USD for you guys to subscribe and try the indicator out, and let me know how it feels. Follow these settings for the XRP 1 minute chart. I'm going to show you guys other settings for the others chart as well, and you can see that this is basing off a stable equity curve, so there's no risk involved as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to watch my other videos and check them out as well. See you guys.